So welcome back to the second half of these visionary proposals that have been submitted to us as assignment 3. We're going to start with a couple of them that deal with how to transform streets, then move on to open spaces, and then to new neighborhoods, and we'll deal with a whole series of visions that people had for transformative efforts to change their cities. Jonathan, why don't you start with this first one, which has to do with streets?
Well, this is a kind of a surprising proposal near Moscow, and the proposer has identified that there's a source of financing, which is that it's very expensive to remove snow, and it happens constantly during the winter, and for 5 months there's a tremendous expenditure of simply going in and removing snow. And so the proposal is to take the principal traffic artery in the city, which is outlined in yellow on that map, and cover it with a large megastructure, like some of the ones that we looked at when we were talking about system city design or futuristic city design. And this is shown in section in this drawing. The idea is it keeps the snow off in the winter, and that in the summer, it maybe is a way of generating power. And there's a quite vivid set of drawings which go with it, and it would be a very striking object and a very formative proposal. It would really give a city a distinction. It would give it a sense of being someplace very unusual and special. However, it's a very expensive thing to build, and there are some assumptions in here which are difficult. One is that you're asking people to cross these major roads by bridges. And experience with urban design has shown that the best way to get people, as we were talking about earlier, the best way to get people to go up on a bridge is if there's some reason to go up there. So if at intervals along this megastructure there were shopping malls or office buildings or public attractions or even parkland, to get people to want to go up there, that would probably make this both more practical as an investment and more usable and more integrated for the city. Integrative in the sense that this thing, both the road and the structure, tend to separate parts of the city. Suspended in the structure, you see that on both sides there are moving walkways. So you can go up on a bridge from the street and then get on a moving walkway and go along here. But there again, I think it's important to have destinations. That you're not going to walk on a moving walkway indefinitely, even in an airport, without something happening. So that the next phase in developing this concept is to make this whole thing a commercial, integrate with commercial and residential life of the city. The person doing it says that he, in a way, this proposal is a tribute to his father, and who was an important planner in the same area. And he shows visionary drawings which his father had made back, I think, probably 40, 50 years ago, which show how people were thinking about cities at that time with these very large scales, call them space age constructions, which turn out not to be the way that cities have developed, at least not so far, but they have really powerful and big urban design ideas in them, and I think it is worth remembering them when you make proposals today.